Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us at the Home for the Holidays Parade in downtown Uniontown. I'm your host for the evening, Matt Dowling, alongside Dave Sasark. Dave, thanks for being with us tonight.
Sure, how are you?
I'm doing well. You know, it is a beautiful night in downtown Uniontown, albeit maybe a cold night. I was outside a little bit earlier. I had to have an overcoat on, and I was bundled up pretty good. A couple of our cameramen are outside, Bernard Sinclair and Harry Metz. Harry is our chief videographer this evening, and they looked very cold, and they're going to be kind of frozen to the core, I think, by the end of tonight. Now, tonight's parade is probably going to last about a half hour or so, is what they're telling us, but a beautiful parade, and then following that parade, there will be some music by the VFW band. The mayor will be giving...
They're the state band.
The state VFW band.
And they're right from here in Fayette County.
Following the VFW band and their music, or intermixed with that, there will be the official lighting of the Christmas tree and some words of wisdom from Mayor Ed Fike. So we're looking forward to that. And they have us set up with some camera positions. Now, you and I, we get to be warm this evening. We're inside the beautiful and historic State Theater Center for the Arts. Downstairs, they have a cookie tour that's going to be going on. As well as some other activities that people who are out on the streets and need to warm up and thaw out after the parade, they'll be able to come inside and to do some of those things. But man, I'm happy that I am inside tonight and not outside. How about you?
For sure, for sure. It got mighty cold, mighty fast.
Now, you know, we're celebrating the season. Thanksgiving is just about a week away, and there's a lot to be thankful for, at least in my life. How about you this year, Dave?
Oh, for sure. And most of the things we find that we're thankful for aren't really things at all. They're people, and you know, possessions mean very little in the scheme of things, but there's some good people in my life, and you're one of them.
Hey, thank you, Dave, and I appreciate you as well. Now, the fact that this parade takes place before Thanksgiving, but yet as a holiday parade, makes one big difference. And you know what that is, Dave?
What's that?
That's the location of Old St. Nick. Santa Claus, in a parade that comes before Thanksgiving, is historically bringing up the rear, and he will be doing that tonight. I believe the motorcyclists of A-Bait will be riding him in, and I don't know if he'll be on a bike or what he'll be on. But
he's got the beard to match some of the bikers.
Absolutely. Right? They'll be bringing him in at the end of the parade. Now, if this was a holiday parade that happens after Thanksgiving, once you're in the full swing of the holiday season, then Santa Claus would be coming at the very beginning of
I
that
never
parade.
knew that, but it makes perfect sense. So we got to be on the lookout for old Mr. Kringle tonight.
Absolutely. Now, in addition to Mr. Kringle, we have a number of other organizations and individuals that will be in tonight's parade. And I know you have that list, so
right.
You're going to be telling us who's coming down the street as we see them on the screen.
Everything from color guards to marching bands, churches, private businesses, restaurants, Girl Scout and Cub Scout troops, our friends from the Salvation Army. And we're, I think at this time we're going to take a short break.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. Tonight's show is being brought to you by some sponsors. Tonight's parade is actually being brought to you by the Titlone Tavern. They're the host and sponsor. But we're going to get in a quick promotional break, and we'll be back with the parade in just a moment.
Whether it's careful candle placement or checking the warning label on holiday lights, simple safety tips can go a long way in preventing fires and injuries this year. When purchasing an artificial tree, do look for the label for fire resistant. Although this label does not mean the tree won't catch fire, it does indicate the tree is more resistant to burning. When purchasing a live tree, do check for freshness. A fresh tree is green, needles are hard to pull off from branches, and do not break when bent between your fingers. The bottom of a fresh tree is sticky with resin. When tapped on the ground, the tree should not lose many needles. When setting up a tree at a home, do place it away from fireplaces, vents, and radiators. Because heated rooms dry out live trees rapidly, be sure to monitor water levels and keep the stand filled with water. Indoors or outside, do use only lights that have been tested for safety by a nationally recognized testing laboratory, such as UL or ETL. Use only newer lights that have thicker wiring and safety fuses to prevent the wires from overheating. Check each set of lights, new or old, for broken or cracked sockets, frayed or bare wires, or loose connections. throw out damaged sets. When using lights outdoors, do check labels to be sure that they have been certified for outdoor use and only plug them into a ground fault circuit interrupter. Keep burning candles within sight. Extinguish all candles before you go to bed, leave the room, or leave the house. Keep lighted candles away from items that can catch fire and burn easily, such as trees, other evergreens, decorations, curtains, and furniture.
Well, thanks for sticking with us. You are watching the Home for the Holidays Parade in downtown Uniontown. We're just seconds away from the parade starting. My name's Matt Dowling alongside Dave Sosaric. Dave, are you excited about tonight's parade?
I'm very excited, and parades are so popular here in Uniontown. People all come out, young and old, and Uniontown sure knows how to throw a parade, and there's a lot of people involved in making these parades a success. Our law enforcement and the parade officials just keeping everyone safe, and owe them a lot of thanks.
Now, before we went to the break, we said Santa would be being pulled by bicycles, by Harley Davidsons, I would imagine, tonight, or he's coming in with A-bait at least. Just a quick piece of trivia, I don't know if you know this, on a previous broadcast when we were at the Uniontown Mall, we were talking a little bit about reindeer. You remember what we said about reindeer?
Caribou.
They are the same?
One and the same.
Yes. Now, Santa's reindeer have male-sounding names. And you would assume that they're all male reindeer.
Butch, Vinny.
Butch and Vinny, no. But
that's my uncles.
Santa's reindeer are always assumed to be male. However, at Christmas time, male reindeer typically lose their racks, so only the female keep them on for defensive reasons during the winter. So it is likely that old Saint Nick is being pulled by a team of female reindeer.
How about that?
And it wouldn't be a surprise that the women are taking up any slack and pulling things together at Christmas time. I know that definitely happens in my house. My wife does the baking and the prepping and the Christmas tree decorating, all the shopping for 20 people or 25 people, however many people we have to get gifts for or we get gifts for. And my only job is to get her a gift. And
well, that's a job enough.
I normally wait until Christmas Eve.
Not that she's hard to buy for. It's just how do you hone in on that one thing?
Absolutely. Now I see outside, it looks like the light is approaching whatever cameraman we have there in the middle of the street. So it means that our color guard is not far off. We will be starting out with a color guard. Dave, by which organization? Do you happen to know?
That would be the Laurel Highlands High School Air Force JROTC color guard. And you've seen on our broadcast the Pennsylvania Literary Festival and the recent Connellsville Veterans Day Parade, Fayette County Veterans Day Parade in Connellsville, have seen the Lower Highlands High School Air Force JROTC out in full force. So we want to thank them for the good work they do. Some talented young people in there that are going to go big places, and they're under some quality leadership.
Absolutely. Now it looks like the parade is just approaching us, and I think actually the first vehicle, as it seems, only has one light on it, so I'm thinking perhaps that is a police motorcycle. The city of Uniontown does have a motor cop.
And behind them, marching in perfect step, are our police, our Uniontown City Police. Is that correct?
Looks like behind Uniontown City Police would be our color guard that we were discussing.
Correct.
Yeah. Technology is really kind of amazing because from here within the State Theater, we have what appears to be the best seat for tonight's parade. Perfect formation there with the color guard that is coming through.
We are fortunate to have some active JROTC units here. If you watched the recent broadcast of the Medicis We Honor Veterans program, the Albert Gallatin Army JROTC was a part of that and posted the colors there at the Medicis Hospice and Home Care We Honor Veterans event at the Uniontown Mall. State Theater sure does have a grand marquee. I think that was a Mercury vehicle. The Grand Marquis.
There was a Mercury Grand Marquis. And it seems like the second group of the evening is coming through in a white pickup truck there. And I believe actually that may be Mayor Ed Fike in the white pickup truck. Appears that his logos are on the sides there. And there is the mayor himself. We just had a quick shot of him on the screen. The mayor will be speaking tonight following the parade from Story Square. You know, as majestic as our indoor theater is, Story Square really is a nice compliment. Again, we mentioned earlier that the Titlow Tavern and Grill was the sponsor presenting Home for the Holidays this year. So they have sponsored all of the downtown activities that are going on tonight, including the parade, and Santa Claus will be just down the street at the Garings building.
I was going to say home to Diablo fries.
Yes, they have great Diablo fries.
And some of the best pizza around as well. Yeah, Gary Gearing's Grand Rotunda, I'm glad you mentioned that. If you haven't been inside the new Fayette building since Gary and Lisa made those updates in there, it is quite majestic and just kind of restored to its original splendor. They really did an excellent job. It's a great place to host an event.
Now this evening, also following the parade, and it looks like there was the sheriff right there, don't want to miss him.
It's Gary Brownfield, right?
Yes, followed by District Attorney Jack Hennix. Jack Hennix was just honored by the Boy Scouts of America as the Distinguished Citizen for 2014 in Fayette County, and it looks like that's one of his ADAs. But I started to say tonight after the parade and after the mayor speaks and the VFW band, the state VFW band plays, we'll be lighting up a Christmas tree, a beautiful Christmas tree, almost 2 stories tall, that's set up outside. And you know, Christmas trees have been sold in the United States since the 1850s. Would you believe that? And generally a Christmas tree grows to be at least 15 years old before it's cut down and brought inside.
Okay, need some time to mature.
Absolutely.
Like good aged cheese or wine.
Now coming up next is the Bell Vernon High School Band. Let's go ahead and listen in to the Bell Vernon Band tonight, Dave.
Videographer's very brave there, right in the middle of the band.
And it does look like we're going to be taking just another quick commercial break. When you come back, there will be more of the Downtown Uniontown Home for the Holidays parade in just a moment, so stick around.
Thanks for watching.
Frying a turkey for the holidays is popular, but cooking with boiling oil is dangerous and can cause serious burns, house fires, and ruin your celebration. Here are some safety tips that come with a warning from your professional firefighters. If you must fry your turkey, make sure your turkey is completely thawed. A frozen turkey dropped in a hot fryer can result in a fiery explosion. Always use the recommended amount of oil and a turkey that fits in your fryer. 8 to 10 pounds is best. Cook outdoors, away from decks and garages, and a safe distance from other structures or trees. Keep kids and pets away from the cooking area. Since you only do this a few times a year, read the owner's manual and follow their warnings. If you have a fire or a medical emergency, call 911. A public safety message from your professional firefighters. We wish you a safe and happy season.
If you're not happy with your child's academic success, you do have a choice. Send them to a Catholic school. 97% of our Catholic high school graduates go on to colleges and universities. We have great teachers, a safe family atmosphere, and many extracurricular opportunities. Give your child an advantage. Send them to a Catholic school. Transfer students welcome in any grade. Visit dioceseofgreensburg.org/schools.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the Home for the Holidays Parade in downtown Uniontown. I'm Matt Dowling alongside Dave Sosarek, and it looks like, Dave, the first group coming through right now is a Medicis The gift of hospice is what their sign there says this evening. And it looks like their nurses and maybe some relatives of nurses are dressed up as packages.
That's very nice. They're in the spirit. And Albert Gallatin Emeritus Home Care and Hospice have been in our community for quite some time and have served a lot of families. So we all may know a nurse or two affiliated with that group.
You know, and as we've been covering parades for the past couple years, they have kind of become active participants in the parade.
Yeah.
Always with some type of a float or some kind of a group. And I believe this next vehicle, this red pickup truck that's coming through, is theirs as well. I actually have an aunt and a cousin who are on the float tonight. My aunt is a nurse supervisor with Emeritus, and her daughter Lauren are on the parade dressed as elves, I believe.
And they have the candy canes that you were speaking about earlier.
Absolutely. I love a good candy cane. I'm a diabetic, so candy I have to kind of limit. I wonder if there is a there's sugar-free peppermint patties. Do you think there's a sugar-free candy cane?
I've never seen one, but I think in this modern day and age, that shouldn't be too difficult to find.
Now, coming through next is Pleasant View Presbyterian Church. They're located out in Smock, but they don't keep themselves confined just to Smock.
This church has a great outreach.
You see them all over the place, whether it be signs or they're
wrapping Christmas presents at the Uniontown Mall.
At the Uniontown Mall, at Independence Day, sometimes they're selling pies and things of that nature. On December 7th, 13th, and 14th from 6 to 8 p.m., they'll be having their live nativity, and it looks like their live nativity is coming through here. And
is that
Dave,
a camel?
There are camels on the streets of Uniontown.
How about that? That's something you don't see every day. That's real camels. That's not a man in a camel suit.
Absolutely not. If so, that's one darn good camel suit. Now, you know, there are some great live nativities that take place in the Fayette County area. Just coming to mind real quick is Pleasant View. I was at one out in Fairchance last year that was great. I know the nuns at Mount Macrina do one every year.
I've seen one in Brownsville as well.
So just kind of a great event. And right in downtown Uniontown, they do one at Central Christian Church, our friends over there.
And they have a creche display, I believe. Different folks bring their home nativity sets, and just a remarkable display.
And there are hundreds of creches set up throughout the church, and you can walk through the church. I think there's some refreshments. And a good friend of ours, Aquila Hillings, takes care of that creche display there at Central Christian Church.
That may have been what the camels arrived in, huh? That trailer there?
Very well could have been. And that is quite a large Santa hat on top of that pickup truck. That's very impressive. I like to put on the front of my SUV a wreath for the holiday season. And some people think I'm a little bit goofy, but what if I started driving around town with a big Santa hat on top of my car on my daily drive?
It would help you find it in the parking lot, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You wouldn't lose that.
This guy never has a problem with that, though, of course.
And it appears that there is a large snowman that is lit up on the back of that vehicle. Dave, do you happen to know who that pickup truck is from?
That could very well be Mike Wood Toyota. At least that's what we have here on our lineup.
Mike Wood Toyota is new to the Fayette County area.
Right.
Following them up, that looked like that might have been Michael Bowman from Dairy Queen.
Sometimes he's in an ice cream cone suit.
He is. He's the manager of Lynn's Dairy Queen in Connellsville. Great family, the Lynn family. Now the Lynn Craigs.
We do have coming up the Lafayette Middle School Band, but first,
the Penn State Nittany Lion.
I will go on the record to say that he's a little creepy. I may take some flack for that.
Does this happen to do with the fact that you're a WVU grad? And we were talking over them a little bit there, but they were yelling their signature, "We are Penn State." Coming through next looks like a Cub Scout pack.
That's pack 695. if you are interested in joining Cub Scout Pack 695, you can send an email to cubscoutpack695@hotmail.com.
Following them up, it looks like that may be a Girl Scout troop. Is that correct?
It is. It's Girl Scout Troop. Now, there's more numbers involved with this one. It's Girl Scout Troop 52266. And they also have an email address to join that troop. It's troop52266@hotmail.com.
And those are some very cold little kids, I would imagine, tonight as they're walking through. Our next vehicle is from Gary's Auto Sales, and it looks like there is a float attached to the back, and that float is pulling some holiday creatures that look to be pretty good at gift wrapping.
What a display.
I wonder if I could find a tree costume like that, and then I wouldn't have to set up a tree in the living room this year. You know, fluffing the Christmas tree is, the artificial Christmas tree is not my favorite thing to do. In fact, I would rather go out and get a live one, because fluffing the tree is just something that I am not very skilled at. Coming through next, we have another nativity. And Dave, you may or may not know this, but it was in AD 350 when Pope Julius I, who is the Bishop of Rome, proclaimed December 25th the official celebration date for the birth of Jesus Christ. 350, that was a long time ago.
It sure was. This is Froggy 94.9. Program director there, Dave Russell.
Does look like they are sponsored by Zebly Mahaloff and White. And there was the Pickle Parrot
and Mr. Froggy.
Mr. Froggy. Say those pretty fast. I hear a band coming, Dave.
It looks to be the Lafayette Middle School band that I mentioned earlier. And I believe they're under the direction of Mrs. Karen Fulmer. There she is, Mrs. Fulmer.
Nothing like a cadence to kind of set off the evening of a parade.
Yeah, definitely sets that ambiance.
That's the best soundtrack of any parade, anytime. Next is a vehicle from Davies Ford, and it looks to have the Fayette County Fair Queen inside that vehicle. Would that be correct, Dave?
I believe so.
Davies Ford is always good about lending vehicles for use during the parades, wherever they may be. We were at the Veterans Parade recently, and they had several veterans that were in Davies Ford vehicles, and tonight the Fair Queen is in a Davies Ford vehicle.
Trying to get a glimpse of this as it goes past. This is Spirit and Fire Ministries.
439-4104 is the telephone number, and they have yet another nativity.
It's a good shot there by Chief Videographer Harry Metz.
You know, those young men dressed as kings look like they were nice and toasty inside those robes. That is a beautiful old Dodge. Maybe they wouldn't like me calling their vehicle old, but that
Or
looks
beautiful,
like
that's not very manly.
No, probably not, but looks like it's in nice condition for the year it was.
It does.
And who would this group
I love those old trucks
of children that just passed?
This may be another Boy or Girl Scout troop there. Our order has been adjusted a little bit.
You know, that happens in a parade. Even the best parade lineups in the world change because last minute something has to happen, or you know.
Yeah, they try to accommodate different groups that maybe
In emergency vehicles, you never know when they're going to be coming or going.
Right.
Up next is another emergency vehicle, the disaster services vehicle from the Salvation Army, and that is their new commander there.
Yes, Mr. Lieutenant Fuller.
He and his lovely wife have been in town for maybe 6 months or so.
Yes. Following in the footsteps of Lieutenant Shannon Jones, who took a new assignment and had the pleasure of working with Lieutenant Shannon. Just do a lot of good work here at the Salvation Army. Look for those red kettles.
Oh no, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. There's the Grinch along with his faithful sidekick, his little dog. And the Grinch is going to lead us into our next promotional break. We'll have more of the parade here in downtown Uniontown, brought to you by the Titlow Tavern and Grill, coming up in just a moment. Stick around.
Frying a turkey for the holidays is popular, but cooking with boiling oil is dangerous and can cause serious burns, house fires, and ruin your celebration. Here are some safety tips that come with a warning from your professional firefighters. If you must fry your turkey, make sure your turkey is completely thawed. A frozen turkey dropped in a hot fryer can result in a fiery explosion. Always use the recommended amount of oil and a turkey that fits in your fryer. 8 to 10 pounds is best. Cook outdoors, away from decks and garages, and a safe distance from other structures or trees. Keep kids and pets away from the cooking area. Since you only do this a few times a year, read the owner's manual and follow their warnings. If you have a fire or a medical emergency, call 911. A public safety message from your professional firefighters. We wish you a safe and happy season.
If you're not happy with your child's academic success, you do have a choice. Send them to a Catholic school. 97% of our Catholic high school graduates go on to colleges and universities. We have great teachers, a safe family atmosphere, and many extracurricular opportunities. Give your child an advantage. Send them to a Catholic school. Transfer students welcome in any grade. Visit dioceseofgreensburg.org/schools.
Well, hey, thanks for staying with us. You're watching the Home for the Holidays Parade. My name is Matt Dowling alongside Dave Sosaric, and coming up right now looks to be a team of dancers from Koza and Company.
Koza always has some great surprises with their float. I remember one year they had confetti, and
they were making snow one year for the holiday parade as well.
They go all out.
And they have so many dancers, they don't all fit on the float. It looks like there's a whole troop of dancers following up that float, and a very brave cameraman getting in front of them. Great contemporary Christmas song. For all the Christmas lovebirds out there.
There's only two types of people in the world, Matt.
What are those, Dave?
Those are people that love Mariah Carey, and there's those that lie about it.
Absolutely. That's Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Now, the Uniontown Moose Lodge number 20 is coming through with a fully decorated white pickup truck, and
the Moose are located, I believe, down by the fire station there on the corner of Penn and Beeson. One of the quality service and fraternal organizations here. The Elks being another of them.
I'm actually going to be heading down to the Elks a little later tonight for their wings. They make wings on Thursday nights. Now you have to be a member to get in and to enjoy the wings, but membership is open.
It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're interested in going down and having some wings, talk to me anytime, and I'd be happy to take you as my guest. Now coming through,
we saw Mr. Froggy earlier. This is no relation.
Well, they're both amphibians.
They're both amphibians. Yes, there's Kermit.
That was Sweet Frog.
That was Sweet Frog.
And now the Uniontown High School Marching Band.
Under the direction of Megan Cirillo.
Let's listen in. Dave, is a couple of Uniontown alum and band members. It appears to me that they have gotten new uniforms.
Yes, no more what we used to call the Q-tip hats. Those were the tall, fuzzy, white band hats.
And it looks like they have capes.
They do. That's something I don't know if I could have rocked. We rocked parkas on rainy days, but never a cape.
It does appear that there are some cyclists coming through, and I see far off in the distance the fact that Santa Claus is being brought in by A-Bait and is in a pickup truck this evening.
Alan Jackson actually had a song about that. Santa's going to come in a pickup truck.
And tonight he is. Santa Claus marks the end of this evening's parade, but there is so much more that's going to be happening. As we said, they're going to light the official Christmas tree. They are also going to have some brief remarks and words from Mayor Ed Fike. And the state VFW band will be playing.
A red truck for the man in the big red suit.
All tied up in a bow, and that looks like that truck has come from Ford of Uniontown. There is Santa Claus in the back of the pickup. And Santa is making his way through downtown Uniontown. In a couple minutes, his truck is going to loop its way back up to Story Square, where Santa will be hopping out and joining those assembled in the square for the mayor's remarks and for the VFW band. And he'll be helping to light that tree. And then after that, he's going to be walking with security and volunteers. Santa doesn't go any place this time of the year without at least some elves to help him out. Santa will be walking down Main Street to the Grand Rotunda, which is operated by Gary and Lisa Gehring. And he will be inside to meet and greet youngsters and see what they want for Christmas. Dave, what do you want for Christmas this year?
I had a good idea the other day, and I seem to have forgotten. I don't really make a big list anytime, but I'm at the age where I appreciate clothes. When you're a kid, you hate getting clothes. And then as you get older, you realize that's a very practical gift, and I don't really care for clothes shopping. So if I find someone that knows my taste, that works out real nice.
Well, it does look like our cameras have found their way into Story Square, and that is the tree that's going to be lit up tonight.
It's a nice tree. It's really tall.
Beautiful tall tree, not lit up yet. And the VFW band, now Dave, you were talking about them a little earlier in the broadcast, the fact that they are the state VFW band.
Your bandmaster and arranger there is Rich Miller and band manager Chris Decker. They've been on Going Live with FCTV on this station before. And yes, they are the state VFW band. They're going to be doing a show at the State Theater, and that is a fundraiser. Rich always tells us you can get in for a can of beans, and you literally can. All they ask for is a food donation, or I believe a toy.
Yes, and that's
either or.
That's going to be Saturday the 14th, and I am just hearing in my ear here that we're going to be going to the mayor in just a moment, and so we're going to listen in to the VFW band. They're playing Here Comes Santa Claus, I believe, quite appropriately so. There's that beautiful tree once again.
Hi, I want to thank everyone for coming out for Home for the Holidays, brought to you by the Uniontown Downtown Business District Authority and sponsored by Titlow Tavern and Grill. And now we have the mayor here, and he's going to give you a welcome and a hello and a little talk about the city. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Fike.
Thank you. Welcome to Home for the Holidays and/or Light Up Night. It's certainly the season to be jolly. It's the time of year that we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Also the time of year that our hearts are filled with love and compassion. The time when we put all negativity behind us and look forward in a positive manner. As a young kid, when we'd come off the mountain and we'd see the lights down in Uniontown, this was my New York City. Tonight, I'd like to thank everyone that give me the chance to be your mayor, to work for you, to serve for you. You don't know what an honor that has been for me. Just remember, today is the tomorrow that we worried about yesterday. I would like to wish each and every one a very, very, very Merry Christmas and a happy, happy holiday from my family to yours. And I'd like to say, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
That was Mayor Ed Fike we were just listening to.
All right, we're ready to light the beautiful lights. Starting.
And now with the countdown.
3, 2, 1, bingo!
There we go. Beautiful Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Uniontown.
Christmas, everyone.
Santa's found his place there at the foot of the tree. And the band is offering us a rousing rendition of "Oh Christmas Tree."
Looks like the mayor was waving and is stepping off the side of the stage with Santa Claus over there. I saw City Treasurer Giacchetti. He was there briefly or to help light the Christmas tree. And it looks like people are starting to make their way through downtown Uniontown. In the distance, you may be able to see that there is a covered wagon with horses that's going through the city. And we're going to be listening in on the VFW band here a little bit, Dave. Some great music that they're going to be playing, holiday music this evening. It's been a great parade and
It absolutely
a
has.
great light up night. So let's listen in to that VFW State Band.
Christmas songs, Matt. Came Upon a Midnight Clear. If you haven't heard Aaron Neville's version of the song, you probably should. The VFW band did an excellent job with it.
Well, you are watching the VFW Band, and they are doing some great renditions of holiday songs, Christmas songs, if you will. We just heard Mayor Ed Fike speak from Story Square.
This is all part of our Home for the Holidays broadcast.
Brought to you by Titlow Tavern and Grill. And we're actually going to take a quick commercial break, if that's okay with you, Dave.
Sure.
And we'll be back with just a little more from the VFW Band before we say goodnight to you tonight. So stick around.
Frying a turkey for the holidays is popular, but cooking with boiling oil is dangerous and can cause serious burns, house fires, and ruin your celebration. Here are some safety tips that come with a warning from your professional firefighters. If you must fry your turkey, make sure your turkey is completely thawed. A frozen turkey dropped in a hot fryer can result in a fiery explosion. Always use the recommended amount of oil and a turkey that fits in your fryer. 8 to 10 pounds is best. Cook outdoors, away from decks and garages, and a safe distance from other structures or trees. Keep kids and pets away from the cooking area. Since you only do this a few times a year, read the owner's manual and follow their warnings. If you have a fire or a medical emergency, call 911. A public safety message from your professional firefighters. We wish you a safe and happy season.
If you're not happy with your child's academic success, you do have a choice. Send them to a Catholic school. 97% of our Catholic high school graduates go on to colleges and universities. We have great teachers, a safe family atmosphere, and many extracurricular opportunities. Give your child an advantage. Send them to a Catholic school. Transfer students welcome in any grade. Visit dioceseofgreensburg.org/schools.
Well, thanks for staying with us. My name is Matt Dowling alongside Dave Cesarek. Tonight is Home for the Holidays in downtown Uniontown, brought to you by the Titlow Tavern and Grill. And the parade has just wrapped up. Mayor Fike spoke. The Christmas tree has been lit. Santa Claus is being escorted down the street.
Children are all nestled snug in their beds.
Not quite, not yet. We're live inside the Historic State Theater. We decided to stay warm tonight, so we are watching from our computer monitor, and they're able to transmit back to us.
Harry Metz doing all the work outside, and Bernie Sinclair.
They're both out there, and they are very cold at this point in time. They're down in Story Square with the VFW Band, which we've heard a couple numbers from, and I believe we're going to go back to them if we can get that feed and hear a little bit more from the VFW Band, and then we'll be coming back here to the studio. Well, that's been the state VFW band from North Union Township, I believe is where their VFW post is, where they practice. They have just a huge band. We previewed it earlier tonight and said that they're going to be having a special evening here at the State Theater, where you and I are tonight, Dave, on December the 14th in the evening. And you can come for a can of beans. You can bring a can of beans or a toy for part of the Toys for Tots program. And they also accept donations towards the band. You heard they are very good, and they'll be playing all of those holiday favorites, and they'll also have some vocalists with them. You know, this brings us to the end, or very near the end, of our Home for the Holidays broadcast. I want to thank you for being with me.
And thank all of the folks out there watching, and the folks that came out to the parade tonight. It makes it much more special when we have the whole community out in full force and can see all the kiddos enjoying themselves, and adult kiddos too. I count myself in that group.
Absolutely, and Uniontown plays a great host to an evening like tonight. I really think we are a majestic city, the county seat here in Fayette, where we just kind of love to light up and for people to come out and enjoy a holiday parade or any type of parade. People just come out in full force. There's some great restaurants in downtown, so if you're watching tonight and you're downtown, please visit them and take an opportunity to especially visit the Titlow Tavern and Grill, who has brought us tonight's entire event for downtown. And one final note I would make is that there are some great shops if you're still Christmas shopping. Like myself, I haven't begun. So if you're still looking for Christmas items to buy, you can stop at the many stores in downtown Uniontown. Joyce's Fine Jewelry is a great place if you need to get something for your significant other. If your kids or the hobby enthusiast is looking for something, there's Get a Hobby down on the other end of town. That they've been there for maybe a year and a half,
2 years, a little longer than that. Time's flown.
And
but,
they have some great items there. So, you know, don't be afraid to stop downtown Uniontown, shop, and you know, if you have that hard to buy for person in your family, you don't know what to get them, think about some tickets to the State Theater Center for the Arts. They've been a great host to us this evening. I can hear downstairs the people are coming in and probably looking for a restroom and
looking for cookies.
warm place to sit by the fire. There's no fireplace, but a warm place to maybe find
You're
some,
out of luck.
find some hot chocolate. The cookies down there. I love snickerdoodles, and I saw I think Mickey Deli had some snickerdoodles downstairs. I'm not sure, but you know, like I was saying, if you're looking for that hard to buy for person, think about some season. Some tickets to the season of shows here at the State Theater. I think it's any parting words, Dave, before we go?
I'd just like to wish everyone a blessed holiday, and please, you know, slow down and enjoy the time with your family. This only comes once a year, and you know, the years go fast, and before you know it, life has slipped away from us. So make sure you enjoy that time with your family and friends.
I just want to echo those same sentiments, Dave. Thanks for being with us. My name's Matt Dowling, alongside Dave Sosarek for all of our crew, Harry Metz, Bernard Sinclair. My wife Rebecca was outside pulling cables tonight, along with some other volunteers. For everyone at FCTV, may you have a happy, healthy, and prosperous holiday season and a new year ahead.
Good night.